Cody's a very intelligent young man, and Cody knows how to become a star. But there's only one American dream, and we all love him to death and miss him.
You spoke about your love and affection for Dusty Rhodes. Uh, Cody Rhodes is somebody who's the face of WWE now. Did you think that he would rise? And do you think that he can maybe surpass his dad in terms of his eventual career achievement?
Well, I'm going to answer one question first because I think he rises to his dad. No, because I don't think anybody can rise to the level that the American Dream was. I mean, he was another one of these phenoms that come along just every once in a while, and I got to see from the very beginning to the very end. Cody has a lot of talent. He's very, very smart. He's a very intelligent guy, and you go over these rosters now, and not only are a lot of these stars very, very good in the ring, but they're very bright as businessmen, and that wasn't around a lot when I was coming up. It was guys off the street, guys like that. But Cody's a very intelligent young man, and Cody knows how to become a star. But there's only one American dream, and we all love him to death and miss him. I mean, I miss the phone calls. Dusty used to just call me out of the blue sometimes, and just one line, through Oklahoma or something like that. And that was our friendship. We just didn't need to talk for 20 minutes. We just BS a couple of minutes, and we ribbing each other about football, ribbing each other about just life in general. And I miss those phone calls, and I miss that smile that the American Dream had. And I wish Cody the best, and I think he's developed himself into one of the best in the world. But no, I just don't think there's any comparison to American Dream. They're completely different styles, completely different bodies, completely different mindsets. Cody, they both had one thing in common. They're both very bright businessmen when it comes to the sport of sports entertainment. So, he's going to make it, and he's going to remain a star for the rest of his life.
And finally, you have heard so many stories from Mr. Gerald Brisco. You can hear a million more stories on his podcast. So could you tell our listeners and all our viewers how they can log in and view your podcast?
Well, thank you very much. It's JBL and I, John Bradshaw Layfield and I, hooked up, during the pandemic because, we're just basically to put a smile on our faces, just started telling those stories to each other, and a friend of ours that's a Japanese amateur national champion that we're both a mutual friend, one of the Wall Street guys up in New York that I've become friends with. And so he said, why don't you guys do a podcast together? Because we kind of, JBL and I kind of just bullshit on a little group text that we have, and all the guys on the group text. You got do it. So Yoshi Nakamura is the one responsible for that. So if you hate us, look up Yoshi Nakamura and take it out on him either. But be careful, he's a shooter and a half. But we tell a story. We just started doing it, just out of boredom, and then it just kind of turned into something. People started enjoying it, and it started growing a little bit, and we just kept doing it, and then the great thing about we get to reunite with some of our old friends, like Stan Hatch, and like Dutch Mantel was recently on. But we get to reunite with them and relive some of those old glory days that we think are glory days in the sport. And some of the greatest stories in the history of the business are told by guys who not heard about them, but guys who were either involved in them or created the story by being the catalyst of the story. So we were bringing those original storytellers in, and just sharing the stories that are famous in our business, or at least famous in the locker room of our business. And we're enjoying doing it. And like I said, with the chance to reunite with some of our old buddies, we're having a ball doing it. And I think people can see that we're enjoying each other, and we're enjoying working with the guests that we have on. And it's more like a conversation than it is a Q&A for us anyway. And I hope it is for the people. But yeah, check it out. Anywhere you get your podcast, Stories with Brisco and Bradshaw, YouTube, just what is it? You got to hit that little thumbs up thing and say you like the thing. Even if you don't live one time, and hit that thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. I think you'll enjoy the stories, though. If you don't, leave a comment, but hit that thumbs up for us. Thank you.
And if you enjoyed all of the stories on this podcast, I'm sure you'll enjoy all of the stories on that podcast. I am a fan. We at Sportskeeda, we cover many stories from the podcast every single week. So thank you, Jerry Brisco, for agreeing to be on our podcast. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for your insights. And we hope to have you back again at some point.
Anytime you want, I'll make time for you anytime. This has been fun. I hope it's enjoyable to all your fans out there.